Wayne Williams. Speaking of horses, this show is brought to you with Carl Bledsoe, training, horsemanship, Just Gait. Carl Bledsoe, located in North Georgia. And Carl's glad to be here to bring you some wonderful information. This has to do with mounting and the work in trail riding. But right now, this is Carl Bledsoe's moment to shine. Here we are with Just Gait, Carl Bledsoe horsemanship, direct from North Georgia. Let's watch.
Good afternoon. I'm Carl Bledsoe from Talking Rock, Georgia. My wife Tammy and I have a horse training facility here. We train all breeds of horses, but our emphasis is on gaited horses. We train many different breeds of horse. Our personal horses are Tennessee walking horses for the most part. We don't do any competition whatsoever. Our personal horses, the main thing we do with them is trail ride. But we do teach our horses a skill set, even though they're trail riding horses. The reason being, if you've got a horse that has a skill set where he's balanced physically, then you can keep him balanced mentally. Today we're riding a 6-year-old Tennessee walking horse, and we're going to go through some obstacles for the folks that do trail obstacles. There's a lot of folks out there, different associations that have obstacles for trails, and you have to have a very willing horse, a very relaxed horse, a very supple horse to make this happen and be good on the trail. So what we like to do is teach our horse a skill set, how to use the different parts of his body and to stay in stride, him and the rider together, where the horse isn't charging, where the horse doesn't run into the bit and have all kind of behavioral problems. So today we're going to get Tammy to ride. We're just going to get this horse to move out a little bit first. She's going to start out riding two-handed. She's going to be riding for the folks that do a little bit of dressage. She's going to be riding inside leg to outside rein just a little bit, trying to get this horse to walk forward. And then we're going to change his frame. And what I mean by change his frame, after she gets him going, she's going to get this horse to speed up and slow down some with just her seat. So we're going to get him moving just a little bit. She's not going to use any of the obstacles. She's going to make a big circle out here. Get him to move forward. He's got other ideas right now. Guys, the mental and physical balance these horses need to maintain to be safe on the trail, to be a very formidable trail partner, it takes time to build this into these horses. So we like to start teaching our horses how to do the different variations of the walk. Can you make your circle a little bit bigger? If you'll notice this horse, he's taking 4 independent steps with his feet. He has a good level top line. But look at his expression. He's looking through the bridle. He's happy where he's going, and he's very balanced. When Tammy comes back around, I'm going to ask her to speed him up just a little bit with her seat and then slow him down. A little more. Good. Now you saw him pick up and change pace just a little bit. Now, you saw him reach into contact to there. When he lowered his head there, that's where he's at in his level of training. Every time he makes a difference in his stride, I want him to check in with me. When we shorten the stride and when we lengthen the stride, I want him to check in with me and kind of make contact with the bit. You guys that ride dressage understand what contact is. It's on your training scale, and I think it's number 3 on the training scale.
They are our family, and we only want the best for them. No standing water means clean, good tasting, algae-free, mosquito-free, and virus-free water. No risk of electric shock, no risk of fire from faulty wiring. Cool water in the summer, warm water in the winter. Water delivered fresh from the water supply at 50 degrees year-round. Drinking post water.
Horses! Piranha! Oh no! Oh, the humanity! Oh, piranha.
Equisentials horse care products, a complete horse care package of all grooming, skin care, body care products, all from Equisentials. Developed by Dr. Tom Tweeton, these products are all tested and checked to make sure they're safe on your animals, horses, and in some cases dogs and the like. But you need to have Equisentials as a part of your tack box and routine. That's Equisentials horse care products.
So from your center, Tammy, make a left-hand turn and come back around the other direction. He steps his right front foot over his left front foot, very methodical. Now she's going to move him into the left rein. Good. Okay, Tammy. Now let's make him walk on out just a little bit faster and keep our momentum. If you need a dressage whip, I can give you one. Keep your hands very still. Little bit more. Let's see a little bit more of a change there. Good. Good. Now guys, this is about the speed I would like to ride down the trail. Tammy, make your circle a little bit bigger where you can keep him focused on moving forward instead of turning. You can slap your leg and make a little sound if you need to, if he's not walking. There you go. If you guys are watching this horse really close with his footwork, at the first walk he was not stepping as far as the print that his front foot left on the ground, and now he's doing what I say overstriding that step. So what we did was we changed the length of his top line, which in essence changed the length of step that he took. So this is real important for me if I'm going to trail ride a horse, because the longer they stride and the more they use their barrel, the less energy and the less stressful it is on the horse. So say you're in a mountain trail and the horse has had to take really short steps going up a big hill. When you get to the top of the big hill, if you can get this horse to stretch out, really move his barrel from side to side and lengthen his stride, then he can get his wind back a whole lot quicker and his muscle tone stays where it needs to be. Okay, Tammy, if you would, make a left-hand turn again and approach the ring over there. Now for you guys that do any kind of a trail obstacle, I've got a ring over there. She's going to approach and ask him to put a foot in it. Now watch her approach. She's going to ride up to it and stop. And she's going to let him stand till he looks at it. And she's going to acknowledge him. She's checking in with him to reassure him that's where she wants him and what she wants him doing. Now she's going to ask him to step into it. He may or may not. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. We don't, if they give us a good try, we try not to reprimand them if they don't do exactly like we ask. All right, ride him on with his other foot now. Step him on. A little more. Right foot. Good. Back him up. Just sit back, heel back, sit back. Sit. There you go, right there. Perfect. Now rub him. Okay, so I'm going to say again, for those of you guys that have heard me say anything, the key in all of this making it work is teaching your horse to wait. Anybody can get on the horse, anybody can jazz the horse up and make him run down the trail. To have a horse with a balanced mind that you can keep physically fit on the trail, you have to teach that horse to wait and be with you in the moment. As you're seeing here, she's got this horse's feet in a ring over there, and she's sitting very quietly, and he's very attentive to what she's asking him to do. So we're going to ride on now, and I'll ask her to ride through the ground poles. And I know for the competitive trail people, sometimes there's a time frame, but for what we're doing today, we're not charging through these. We're methodically keeping this horse balanced. Okay, stop again with just your seat. Good. Now, can you move his shoulder to your right? Look to him, it's a forward movement. Good. 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 Ride back through there now. That's okay. That's okay. Perfect. Now, if you would, I want you to make a sweeping turn to your right and drive him across the cavaletti there. Now, she's riding him at contact right here, and at the level of training he's at, every now and then he'll take the rein from her because he's been taught to stretch. After he learns to add a little more impulsion, all right, Tammy, go through here and ride him through our barrels here. Now, she's going to move, folks, she's going to move his shoulder through the barrel. She's not pulling his head, she's moving his body over. His entire body's making this movement. Perfect, ride straight. Perfect. Now go forward.
The rural American lifestyle. It's how we work, and it's how we play. It's how we learn and how we enjoy the finer things in life. How we take care of our animals and tend to the land. It's a way of life. Has been for hundreds of years. Now there's a whole new way for rural America to watch TV.
Timeless fence systems, they're non-conductive, they're self-insulating, they're maintenance-free. Beyond that, they're very easy to install. They'll last for years and years. Timeless fence system. And we want to give a great big thank you to Adeptus, animal nutrition based on science, designed to help your horses and other pets and animals. Adeptus, now a part of the piranha family.
Now, just give him the rein. Come on back this way and just let him relax. Just let him have all the rein. Let him stretch out and keep him moving off your seat. You can let him have all the rein. There you go. Perfect. Now I'm going to ask her to ride him from the center. So what she's going to do is she's going to hold the rein in a fixed spot at the very end, and she's going to ride with either the right rein or the left rein, but she's going to use her body and her seat to kind of articulate the size of the turn that she wants to make and when she wants to make the turn. Turn to your left. Now you see her leading him out with her left hand. You see him doing a very balanced walk. Now make him step on just a bit. You can slap your leg. A little more energy. All right, left hand turn again. All right, stop. Okay, guys, another thing that's important here to understand is how you stop your horse. Now, he didn't stop completely square with his feet, but he did stop on his hindquarters. So for all practical purposes, he still has a posture of holding the weight of Tammy on him, and he's not let his back down, so his back is still not taking a beating. Okay, Tammy, let's go. Make you a big circle to your right now. So guys, what's going on here is we're trying to train a physically fit horse that has a skill set, but the main thing we're keeping in mind is the long-term health of this horse's life. I want him to muscle himself in a way that his body will last for years if we decide to trail ride him several days a week or just sporadically. But ideally what we're trying to do here is get this horse trained to a mental capacity, so if I had to use him for a lesson horse, if we wanted to do a dressage test, if we wanted to go to the show, come on back this way, you're a little far out. All right, now see if you can speed him up. But ideally what I'm trying to get you guys to see is the level of communication. Tammy's not having to override him with her hands. She's not having to beat him up with her legs. She is having to encourage him, but there's a reciprocal communication that they have going on. When Tammy makes an adjustment in her seat, the horse makes an adjustment in himself. And to me, that makes the perfect union for a great trail horse. It just takes time and effort and kind words. And I can't emphasize doing this correct and taking the time that it takes to make your horse be physically fit to do the type riding you're doing for him. So many times on the internet I see people that trail ride and they've got still pictures of somebody riding a horse, and the horse's jaw is locked against the bit with a panicked look in the horse's eye. And to me, that wouldn't be a pleasure for me nor the horse to go down the trail. So that's what we're trying to accomplish here, is that type of animal. All right, Tammy, if you'll make a turn to your right and come back towards the camera just a little bit. Now, if you can, stop him with just your seat. Tell him what you want. All right, now fix his right front foot. It's not your reins. Just ask him to step it up. Okay, that's good. He'll rebalance. Cool. Now, guys, I want a horse, when my seat says to quit going forward, I want a horse to quit going forward. I don't want to have to beat him up with my hands to make him do that, because if you have to use your hands to do that, the more times that you pull on the reins and the horse pulls back on the reins for you to stop him, as time goes on, you have to pull harder, and the horse in turn pulls harder, and then he starts taking steps forward on that stop. So to be a good trail horse, this stop is important. Now, can you back him, address your reins, and you'll have to help him a little bit. Really get him to come to you with your hands and hold him till he figures it out. Tell him what you want. Tell him what you want. Tell him with your mouth that you want him to back. Keep telling. Keep telling. Keep telling. Keep telling. All right, now he gave you a try, so let up. Cool. All right, can you leg yield him one way or the other? Don't care which way. He'll probably go left easier. Just get him to move over. Give him time to figure out what you want. Good. Keep going. Open up your left hand. Open up your left hand and keep riding. Look where you want to go. Good. Now stop. Get him on his feet again. Just ask him with your seat, not the reins. Just get him to readjust. A little bit more. Left foot. Flow. Okay. Cool. Now he's almost square there. Now, Tammy, can you take his shoulder to your right? Just take 2 steps to your right and go forward. It's an outside rein move. Now go forward. Okay, folks, the reason I said that was an outside rein move is this horse is trained, each rein talks to 50% of the feet. So if she had used the inside rein, instead of him moving his shoulder, he would have moved his hindquarters. But we'll get to that in a different program. I just wanted you guys to understand why I said that. All right, Tammy, I want you to step him on up to a flat walk if you can. Do you need an energy stick? Okay. No problemo. Put your hand. Now, we've really been working on Jazzy to be laid back, calm, cool, and collected. And now we're having to put a little bit of energy back in him. So I gave Tammy the dressage whip where she could just get him to walk on just a little bit. Lower your hands, and that's adequate. Now ride him forward, not with speed, with your seat till he lowers his head. Right there. Perfect. Now guys, that right there is a great trail walk. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Just keep him moving just like that, and make another circle and come back in and park. Right here with me. Keep him going. Good. Whoa. Perfect.
We at Speaking of Horses are very proud to have Total Equine Feeds as a sponsor for our many programs. We are really happy to have Dr. Harry Anderson and Total Equine Feeds involved with Speaking of Horses. They manufacture all type of feeds and nutritional products for all types of animals, horses, equine, cattle, birds, all types. Total Equine Feeds is a great supporter and longtime friend of Speaking of Horses. Thank you to Total Equine Feeds.
You guys got a little out of our lesson today. If you need to get in touch with me for any of the things that I had to say today, or want some more explanation on some of the stuff you heard me say, you can reach me on Facebook. I'm Carl Bledsoe, Just Gait on Facebook, and my website is Carl Bledsoe Horsemanship. I hope you guys have a great afternoon, and I hope I helped a little bit. Thank you very much.